Hey guys, Sam here, welcome back to the channel. Today is a back day, but I'm making it a bit different because I'm looking after Lliam here, who I've been coaching for a while now, and we've decided that really his back development is going to be the most development that's going to make the most difference in his physique for the time being, so I'm helping out with a session here. We're going to start on pull-ups, then we're going to move to barbell rows, we're going to do cable rows as well, potentially look at T-bar rows. All the heaviest and best exercises. I'm going to look at his form and how he's getting on, particularly with the barbell rows and the pull-ups, to optimise all of that for the coming weeks. But more about the whole program at the end of the video. We're going to get warmed up now and then jump into our first sets here. Yeah, so if I just look at the way you're getting the grip wound on tight enough. See, the way I would do it is with the strap going over like that. Then if you watch my hand here, you want it there, and you're twisting that. I found it tightest that way. Do you want to try it that way?
So like this.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, I see it. A lot better.
Now is that tighter? Okay, that straight away is probably going to help. I'll pull the bench out of the way when you get going.
What width is that?
Yeah, about that width is fine.
I always have to just get my brain to
And try to get full stretch at the bottom, and that should avoid the swing that you're experiencing. Okay? I'll move this when you get going. Yeah, no, you're doing good pull-ups. What you're doing is you're getting the full stretch, and what's happening is you're leading the motion by taking your knees up, but not to such an extent that it will be neglecting your back working too much, but try and avoid without that. So I'll just show you very quickly now. I tuck my feet behind me, and there'll be a bit of sway when I do it, just a little bit less. I'm straight like this, yeah. What you're doing is you're bringing them up there and then you're pulling up, which is probably not even helping you that much, but see, I'm doing it. We'll do it straight like that. So having just supervised that exercise with Lliam just now, my only concern with the swinging of the knees slightly forwards is it's changing the angle that his upper body is at as he does the exercise. So what I'm seeing there is he's more at a diagonal than vertical angle, which will make the exercise more similar to a high row machine, which is elsewhere in the program, to really focus on the lats themselves. I want at this angle, not pulling against this angle. So to really focus on the lats, we're probably going to take the reps and sets down for the time being until the strength of that angle develops. Now, for me, it's not going to be all instructing today. It's going to be a little bit of fun and challenge myself. So I'm putting a plate on here for weighted pull-ups, as I was doing my pull-ups at 300 pounds about 3 weeks ago, as you saw. But I've now lost weight, settled about 285 pounds. I weighed yesterday. And so with this plate of 44 pounds on, these will be my heaviest ever pull-ups, so I feel like I'm going to need this step just to get started as well and get my grip secure. And then these will be my heaviest pull-ups. At a body weight of 300 pounds, I've been getting sort of 9 reps on one of those videos down at Legends, so if I can get 6 or 7 on here at this sort of weight. Now my strength is also down from big on cruise and less feeding. This will be a success. So here goes. Yeah. That's okay. Let's go. Try and keep those knees down. Try and keep it at that vertical angle there. Well done. It's better, but it's harder, isn't it? I've just seen that this weight that I'm swinging down here says body tone on it. It's like when you get a beginner and they say, I really don't want to get too big, I just want to tone up, I just want to get toned. So I'm not getting too big today. I'm just doing hardcore weighted pull-ups just to get a little bit toned up there, you know. But even that I would not attempt without getting these on nice and tight. Back exercise, training heavy, always with the straps for me. The forearms can get dealt with elsewhere, but I don't want them giving up before my back squat exercise starts. So aiming for another 6 reps here. Okay, that'll be 5.5 then. So this one is attempting a little bit tighter on the straps before getting started. Okay, pause at the bottom, avoid the swing, now pull straight up. Yeah, it's hard. I think it becomes harder at that angle and really focusing on the lats. What can build you up to full sets at body weight is if we return to a bit of work on static holds and negatives.
Okay. Yeah.
So, while the camera's on, I'll just demonstrate those now. So, if you haven't done bodyweight pull-ups before, you've just been doing lat pull-downs on a cable machine, or you've been doing the assisted pull-ups, the strength doesn't tend to transfer across because the balance is very awkward on the pull-ups. So what I recommend for training these exercises, whether you're using the grips or not, is to do what I call static holds, and that's holding yourself in the top position so you can use a box to get into it and just jump up and hold at the top like this as long as you can. You feel the tension in your lats as you hold that. That would be your static holds, and when I say just doing negatives, I would mean having a box like we've just got here and using the box and the power in the legs to jump up to the top position as a rep and just practice lowering down. So I'm going to do 3 of those now, 3 negatives now. So 1, 2, 3. And those are the best exercises for developing your pull-up strength, which is very important for getting the most out of a full exercise when you're doing full reps. Once you can do 10 negatives and static hold for, say, 30 seconds, then you could be looking at doing the full thing for 7 or 8 reps of really nice form. So try that if you haven't done before and your aim is to get to full pull-ups. So now I'm seeing how Lliam gets on with this technique of just doing the negatives. So we're leaving the box in place, and I'm going to see that as he comes down on that negative, he's at the angle that I expect for pull-ups. One, 2. I'm going to move the box slightly so that you can just, there we go. Hopefully you can jump up in such a way that there's less swinging at the top. Okay.
Swing a lot.
Yeah. Can you try one static hold
Yeah.
to the point that you're stable and not swinging, and see that you see how long you can hold it there without swinging. Just when you got your breath back just now. Yeah. Yeah. Have a break for a moment. I'm going to have a feel on it with the box just here and see that I can get into a static hold without the swinging. I'll just quickly put my grips on this time. It may help you to crouch down a little bit more so that your knees are more bent for pushing up, that you're going to push straight up. That would avoid the swinging, I think. So that was some nice swinging there, but it's not a sissy exercise by any means. When I tell people like, oh, they need to practice their negatives and their static holds, I think like, oh, you know, this is not the real thing, or not for beginning, not for intermediate and advanced, but it's not easy. It's worth working on.
Yeah, definitely.
So I just looked at the angle that Lliam was at for getting in place for those static holds, and while he takes a rest, I'm going to knock out a set of body weight without the extra 20 kilos, 44 pounds there. So in comparison, this should feel like flying, I hope. Yeah, 8, sort of. So we just finished up on those pull-ups, and the last sets that Lliam was doing, I didn't record, so to not put him off and have a real good look there. We got to a point where the negatives and static holds were done without swaying, and so I'm going to adjust this program to include more of those to build that pull-up strength, which should transfer across into doing the full reps very, very soon. And we're now moving on to an exercise more for back thickness, the barbell row. Obviously it's pulling at that angle that incorporates more teres, infraspinatus, lower parts of the trapezius, and less emphasis on the lats than a pull down or pull up, as we were doing. And like all back exercises, I generally recommend not going too narrow. When you go narrow, you get more elbow flexion, which allows the biceps to assist. When you go a little bit wider, you've got to do the whole movement with less of the biceps involved. And you can feel it more in your back as you do the exercise here. So I'm just getting warmed up with just the bar, as I haven't used this particular cage before. And this is about the angle and position with the body that we're going for with a barbell row. But if it involves a bit of swinging to go heavier, I really don't mind. So Lliam's starting off here, and I had put his weight up on this exercise to 120 kilos, but we're dropping back to 100 for me to observe him now. And when you're ready, I'll take a look here. Well done. Okay. Just a couple of thoughts is you might want to go a little bit, we can practice this with a lighter weight if it's easier, but you might want to go a little bit wider Your hands are about here. You can go a little bit wider, and if it involves going lighter to do that, then so be it. And try and pull the bar to your lower rib cage. It's sort of coming in the middle of your abdomen, the way that you're pulling it just there. I'll do a set on this weight to show you how I would do it. And again, I'm using the straps winding over the top, and I get the tightest grip like that. So I just took a look at how Liam's going on by lowering the weight, making the hands wider and where he's pulling to, and we've determined that it's exercising his back more effectively. We're pulling the bar to the lower area of your rib cage rather than the lower area of the abs. So we're going to be taking down the weight to really concentrate on that new way of doing it, which is always awkward for the first time if you got used to a way of doing things, and having to take the weight down to sort of relearn it is a bit awkward. But while he recovers from that hard-working set, I'm going to try a little bit more like what my normal first set would be with a barbell row. It's one of my main exercises. Grip wasn't used to that. I can still feel it in my back though, so we're all good. Yeah, that's better. Right, head up, face forwards. Yeah, that's the posture, that's it. Well done. Trying it now, back with 100, and that's much better. Come on then. Mate, that was a lot better. I'm going to make this my last set here, but I got so eager to get on with it that last set that I didn't wear my belt. So I'm hoping that wearing the belt allows me to get a few more reps than that previous set, and then I'll be building up to 4 plates when I really get eating and blasting again. And this is good for now. No. Oh. Yeah, that's it. Pull a touch more vertically. Yeah, well done. Come on then. Come on then. 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Nice. So the next exercise I'm moving on to is the T-bar row, specifically from the ground, which we call the Landmine T-bar row sometimes. And ordinarily in a workout, I wouldn't put this on the same session as a barbell row, because you already would have had an exercise that had really used all the supporting muscles a lot. So if I was going to work this kind of angle ordinarily on an exercise routine where I've already done the barbell rows like we've done upstairs, I would work that angle with either a machine that pulls this way, or the chest or abs supported T-bar row, not the one from the ground. But as I'm working with Lliam today and intend to bring this into his program either now or very soon, I'm taking the opportunity to look at it today. But it's also one of my favorite exercises, so you want the grip that you'd use for the cable row. Get set up on the ground. This was arranged with 10 kilo plates. I prefer it with the 20s, not just because I can load more weight on as I get into my working sets, but also because it's a bit higher up off the ground for being less awkward as you get into position here. So as you get ready, you want to get it so you've got good balance on your feet, and pull straight up to here, keeping your back as straight as possible. When you get heavy, there's going to be a bit of sway to it, but I'm just warming up here. So Lliam's warm-up set now while I keep an eye on him. Very good. If anything, this looks more natural to you than a barbell row. Yeah. I was going to go light today, but I'm really in the mood for trying my usual. Been watching like Marcus Rule DVDs all week, and I can't resist something heavy now. Today. So when I was lifting my maximum on here, I'd do it first exercise, and at the height of my strength would get 12 or 13 clean, but that was like 5 very poor ones, but at least I know where I stand now. But Liam's going to try this a little bit heavier than usual. It should be your heaviest ever, and we'll know where we're going from there. Right, no rush starting. Are your feet stable? 2, 3, well done, 4, 6, 3 more, at least. Come on then, come on then. Mate, that was brilliant, good job. Oh yeah, random tip that can help with this is get one hand screwed onto the handle before you bend down, and then that's less time spent bending down and not breathing so easily before you start your set. So I get my strong hand wound on to start with, then fix in, then wind on the other hand, and then I get my feet where they're going to be very stable before even starting the set. Two, 3, come on then. At least 3 more, come on. 1, 2, come on, more, come on. Come on then, come on then. Yeah, that's proper. Get a good rest, and we'll put 10 kilos on more for your last set, and that's it. So it's just under 6 plates now, as I've just put an extra 15 kilo plate on here, which will be much heavier than usual for Lliam, but we're going to talk about this whole program at the end of the workout here, so stay tuned for that. This will be our last set on this exercise. And then That'll be the slightly easier stuff before wrapping up the session. Come on then, strong, last hard set of the day, come on. Six, more than halfway there, come on. 9, strong. Yes, 10 and a half. Perfect. Well done, mate. So we're now looking at the hammer strength. Isolateral high row, really good exercise for width coming from the teres if you get the seat height correct. Get the seat height correct, sits pulling really far back with the elbows at that diagonal angle. Really, really works the teres and gives back width from that muscle development there. So we're going to have about 3 plates on each side to start with. It's good exercise because a pronated grip, which is less bicep flexion, because obviously a bicep supinates the hand at the wrist there, as well as elbow flexion. When you have it out like this, I feel that it's more the back working in slightly greater isolation. So that's what we're going to do with this exercise here. Utilise the model where it is overhand grip, that pronated grip. Seat, so it's pulling diagonally, really feel it in the teres, and pull heavy and hard for back width development. It's one of my favourite exercises, as you know if you've been following my back workouts throughout this channel. So this is a warm-up for me. I'm going to get Lliam lifting a bit heavier on here as well. All yours, mate. Jump in. Harder on your back than before? Yeah, good. Good. I think we'll keep you at this weight. Right, again, I'm going to take the opportunity to see how I compare to my better sets when I was prioritising this exercise, so I can make my own plans for what to aim for when I'm really pushing forwards with everything come mid-May, June time. The back, generally been easier for me naturally. I'm going to hit 5 plates each side for this. Smash it here. And that's a bit harder on the grip. It'll come back, I'm sure. I've just jumped Lliam up by half a plate each side because it's fun for a challenge. Why not while we're both here? At least 3 more, come on. 1, 2, 3 more. Oh. Yeah. Well done. A good working set for you will still be like three each side, but obviously you're new to this exercise, so it happens. I've dropped down to 4 plates each side, which for the time being is a good working set for me, I feel. Got some force reps there, come on. Come on then. Taking a look at Liam's first set on the cable row now. I was sort of saying that in terms of less use of the stabilising muscles, the cable row is to the barbell row what the lat pull down is to the bodyweight pull. So it's not something I usually start with, but it's the way that I put more volume into a back workout, along with things like a lat pull down and various machines, and put my work with bodyweight and barbells at the beginning of my workout for the heavy lifting and the greater challenge of all the stabilising muscles around the back and throughout the rest of the body. The harder work at the front of the workout there. But, this is good, I'm happy with this on cable rows, and I'll be training it as well once Liam gets in with his first set here. Now, on most of these machines, I would be stacking it. So I'm going to try it here, because I haven't tried what they've got here before and what it has to offer. But the only one that I couldn't stack it on in North London so far was the one over at Giant's Gym in Wood Green. So when my strength is on full, I'll be off to Giant's for a rematch with that thing. But while I'm here, I'm just going to see what this one can do. I believe this is the Life Fitness piece. But I may have difficulties, as this is now the 5th exercise in the routine here. Simple. I'm also trying Lliam out on something heavier than usual, but I'm here for moral support, so it's going to happen for 15 reps. Tight grip, yeah? You're happy with that? All right, let's go, let's go. Good stuff. Come on. 2 more at least. Yes. Yes. Heavier than usual, right? Yeah. You can keep working on that. Yeah, you can keep it that way for the weeks coming up. I'm going to hit this one more time on full blast. And that's me done for my lifting for today. I will do a little bit of cardio later, but stay tuned for our little chat at the end, because we're going to be talking about progress on back and the whole of the physique that we've been working on here. Give it everything. This will be your last set. We trained super hard on those T-bar rows and everything anyway, so I know you got the strength for all the rowing stuff, really. Come on, man. Come on, man. Last set of the day. Make the most of it. Let's go. Strong. Halfway there. Come on. Yeah, 2 more. Come on. Well done. Well done. Yeah, I see on your last rep there, it's like a partial rep, but that's really reassuring to me. It's like the main way that I know that I've gone to failure on a set is the last 1 or 2 reps being not quite all the way. It's like the safest way to go to failure and know that you've reached that point in the rep range. So I've seen that in loads of your sets today. You really know what training to failure is about, and that's going to really pay off once you optimise really just a couple of those exercises. But your gains overall so far are very apparent. So wrapping up there, I think you had a really good back session. I think even more was achieved than I even expected, because there's been things that are either a point of technique or a point of you perhaps being stronger than you had the confidence for without someone watching you on those exercises. It's something different has happened on kind of all of them. So I'm very excited about the progress ahead, because I think by the time you've got the hang of those static holds and negatives on the pull-ups, you'll get a lot more out of it in general. And it'll be really interesting to see how that transfers to your pull-up strength and reps, and then a little bit of a different technique with the barbell row, which you'll see coming down in weight, but I think will be much more effective for the development of your upper back. Then I think you're a lot stronger than you realise on the T-bar rowing and the cable rowing, and then you hadn't really done the high row machine quite in that fashion before. But I think that's really going to be key for your development in back width, which is really coming from the teres there, which is kind of a bit, some people mistake that for the lats. It's kind of a bit that's right under your armpits and makes everything big up top, and combine all of that and optimise all of that for the coming weeks and months. I expect your back development to come along like your real strong points, like your chest and shoulders. I can see it come a long way since we started. So a lot more was achieved on your back today than I even hoped for, so I'm very excited. And what do you think you took from it in particular with the back training here?
Yeah, I mean, really great session. I feel like I'm connecting very specifically with my back, especially on the pull-ups. I'm now really feeling it. I think as I sort of should be, just working, getting more of the vertical angle with my forearms and with my back, and swinging forward. I think is going to really help. On the bent over rows, just changing that angle so I'm lower down and coming more into the bottom of the rib cages, that's really helped. And again, I'm just really feeling it much more.
Feeling it more in your back in general with that switch in positioning there.
Yeah, and it's taken the kind of secondary muscles almost I was emphasizing before, legs and shoulders, and it's taking the pressure off of those, which is great. And the high rows, it's really great to have covered that, because I was kind of doing a different version of that before.
Well, I think what was happening before is you were getting something similar to that angle in your pull-ups, because the way that your legs are swinging at first was swinging you into that diagonal angle there. That is great for the teres, but in terms of the lats and really focusing on that, getting it straight was great. And any benefit you were getting from the pull-up in the way that it was swinging with the legs is now transferred into the work with that high row machine, which we're now doing differently. That I feel like if we can optimise all of this, we will have covered all of the distinct areas of back musculature that will give you width, thickness, kind of everything that we want. But just from you subjectively saying that you can really feel it much more in these areas of your back is reassuring. Did you find it more in the cable row, or that was much the same as before?
Yeah, I actually did feel it more with the cable row too. Because the thing that we've adjusted, I think, with the form was before I wasn't actually coming forward quite so much. So just that extra extension kind of at the bottom of the rep, I feel that's really helping.
I feel that it's a good exercise if you do like move forwards like this in the cable row and bring your body back, that it uses the spinal erectors quite a lot, which is good in a program where we haven't put deadlifts in. I sort of feel that once someone's past the beginning stages and they've got a bit of size overall, deadlifts are not quite targeted enough for my liking and can overdevelop the traps and the glutes, and maybe straight leg deadlifts are good for focusing on the hamstrings, but your usual deadlifts I feel like, you know, a little bit spread between everywhere. But then if you do take them out of a program, I feel like it's useful to put cable rows and especially hyper extensions in to make sure that the spinal erectors of the lower back don't become sort of less than the rest. So doing that with cable rows I think will be a benefit there. So we'll definitely keep that in the program. But I've got a lot to readjust on the program to kind of account for what we're going to be doing differently with the pull-ups and the barbell rows, while maintaining and developing strength on those other exercises that come a bit more naturally for you. Would you say the T-bar row landmine is probably the most natural one for you and your body and strength?
Yeah, I think so. Just something about the kind of angle of it just feels quite natural with my kind of build. So it's just really good to have gone through sort of really good form for each thing, because I know, you know, especially because we're trying to push really hard on this bulk and make some big kind of changes, I feel like I can really push hard now, because we've sorted bits of the form, so I know that I can safely just push hard and know I'm doing.
I'm really excited to see what we can do with your back, because we've been checking in for a number of weeks now, and I've seen that your weight and your measurements have been creeping up at a really good rate, and I see that meeting you again now, where it's been 3 weeks I think since I saw you in person. I can see that in your shoulders and your chest, and from all the check-in details we got, I'm really happy. But while we're making good progress in general, to really focus a lot of that on your back, which I think was, you know, less of a natural strong point, it's fair to say, but I think the impact that I'll have on your overall size and the impression that you'll have on stage when competitions come round, and the size of the upper body, so much of that is coming from the back. While things are really working with the whole process and the diets and the kind of rate of progress that's good and expected, that we can get full drive on that at the back at this stage. I mean, it's going to look, I think within about 3 months, you're going to look a lot more like imposing, basically, because you're a tall man as well, and it really takes time to fill that out, and almost a quick win is getting a massive back that, you know, no one can outsize in absolute terms, you know, so to bring your strength on for those will be awesome. And strangely you say that legs is your favourite, which is not normal for someone taller, right?
I know, I don't know why I feel like very secure, kind of training hard with legs and really kind of trying to push it. I think I just really love the challenge of legs too.
It's always going to be the heaviest lifting. And I can see that you train hard from the last reps that you get in your sets, and so it's really great working with you, because I know that you work hard, I know that you follow everything, and we're achieving great results so far. Would you say that you've been happy with the progress so far and where we're reaching at the minute? Yeah, definitely really happy. I feel like everything we've done with the program so far has really been tailored to the direction that I want to go in, and I can see the progress week by week, which is really brilliant. So, Awesome. So the rest of your planned workout as a pull day is going to be arms, and we talked about arms a lot before. I feel that again with the limb length that comes with the height, the machines are often not ideal in how they're built around that, and getting constant tension through those movements just is sometimes awkward with how the machine's built. So we rejigged everything there to focus more on free weights, and I assume that's what you're going to be picking up with for the rest of today. So spider curls and incline dumbbell curls. The kind of really cool thing with the approach that you have with the focusing on free weights for the arm training is, as you're saying, having longer limb length can make a lot of the machines fit in quite an awkward way. The little niggles and kind of little bits of pain I used to get in my joints and elbows just trying to make the machines work, something like the preacher
curl machine work, that's gone now.
That's gone.
Yeah.
That's great to hear.
Yeah, because I'm actually working. I'm not acting against my limb build. I'm actually working with it.
Which may help some of your other workouts. It's another thing that I've done on a check-in with you was build a warm-up schedule for some of your shoulder and chest pressing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's coming from elbow aches.
It was mainly elbows,
And I think that perhaps that'll be less critical as the arm workouts change in the way that you've just described. So that's a really good update for me and what I have in mind for your whole program and the other body parts as well. But certainly with arms addressed about a month ago and with back been really successful and loads of points to pick up on today. I'm very optimistic about the progress and want to congratulate you on your progress so far.
Thank you.
But if it's growing for the rest of this year, it's going to be fucking massive by next year, so watch out. So I'm just finishing off today's session on cardio, and that's something I'm focusing on more now for all sorts of reasons, like improving oxygen uptake efficiency and general heart health, as I'm in this phase of concentrating on all those other matters. While I'm doing this, Liam's finishing up on arms, but I've already gone through what's needed to change with his arms routines, and so he's cracking on with that while I finish up on the bike here. And then I am going to take the opportunity to see how he's looking overall, because it'll be a missed opportunity to not see that in person and make an assessment of that in person as opposed to just pictures that are fed through, for making changes in this program and what's going to be another area to concentrate on, as well as what I had in mind for the back there that I've really drilled into today. But I shan't be sharing that in the video because that's his work with me, and he's ready to display the product of his hard work. It could well be a competition next year, so I'll have to wait till such time as his contest's ready. But the progress we're making at the moment, I'm very pleased with. I'm very impressed with his hard training and his adherence to everything else in the program that I've devised with his input, of course. Obviously any program would be tailored to an individual's dietary preferences and previous experience that I would take account of, and then work my principles into setting up something suitable for them and their goals. So that's exactly what's been going on here, and I've been glad to turn my attention to his back training, because I think there's a lot of undiscovered progress to unlock there, and will make a huge difference to the overall impressiveness of his physique. And the results of today will show themselves over the coming months, so I'm very excited about that. So that's everything that's going on with Lliam and the training and work that we're doing together there. Obviously you know how things are going with me. I have to apologise for not putting out videos so regularly. You can probably hear in my voice I'm still a touch unwell. I've had a lot of coughing going on, and I attribute that to basically packing it in with those stupid vapes. So I haven't touched them for a week now. Since I mentioned it on the channel before, I haven't gone back to them, but I think part of the withdrawal from that has been all this kind of coughing and how my voice was. I wasn't in the state to be presenting videos where you can hear what I'm saying clearly. I don't want to compromise the quality of the videos, but also I don't want to compromise the authenticity and honesty of the videos. So I'm perfectly happy to tell you that this is the case right now. So that's what the delay in a new video has been all about, and I'm making up for it now. I'm doing things to assist all matters of breathing and oxygen now by being on the bike. So I want to keep it authentic content and leading by example, and that's what I'm doing for myself. But I'm hoping that my voice is going to hold out and be in a state to be producing something every day or thereabouts going forwards, just like I was doing, because I've been really enjoying sharing all of that on this channel with all of you. So let's keep that going. If you like all the coverage of all things bodybuilding, all topics, diet, training, PEDs, contests, all of it, make sure you subscribe. And if you want to interact with me, I respond to all the comments, so put any questions or general observations or requests in the comments below, and I will reply to those as soon as possible. And if you need to contact me directly to ask something a little bit more specific or discuss your progress in general, all those details are in the description. And I will be back with another video if your voice holds out as soon as possible. So thanks for watching, guys. Keep training hard and speak soon. Bye bye.